sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, right here live at Coach's Corner because it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner, usually out in the Sound Garden, but we're inside because it's breakfast at Coach's every Saturday morning from 8 o'clock to 10:30. Come on down. There's food galore. But anyway, glad to be back. Last week we did the best of. Had to make a little trip to Florida, drop off some furniture, but I'm glad to be back, and it's always fun being here in Coach's Corner because the show is presented by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. As you see over this shoulder, there's our Wednesday night show, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain. Then, of course, over this shoulder, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on Saturday mornings, Rubbin' and Grubbin' Wednesday night, 6 to 7 o'clock. Karl DeMasi Sports Report, 9 to 10:30, 11, whatever it may be. And then the third show, the 19th hole with the Herd Brothers. They do a great show covering the Masters, okay? It's called the 19th hole. 4 days straight. We're trying to get them to come on and do one more. And then we have two podcasts. Remember, the Hot Grid podcast with Spencer Maddox and Travis Jadon. Two young local guys that do a great job talking about local sports, national sports. Check it out anywhere you can get your podcast. And, of course, the fifth show is the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with yours truly, the coach, Karl DeMasi, and the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. Well, I got a great show lined up for you. Little technical difficulties to start, but I got the show running. Let me check my other computer to make sure I got the show running. All right. Yes, the show is running on the internet, on the internets. Okay, remember, though, but you can watch it on YouTube Live. You can watch it on Facebook. You can go to Twitter, watch it on Twitter. We're all over the place. After the show's over, you might even be able to get it on TuneIn Radio. So check it out. Once again, it's a lot of fun. Great show. Got it lined up. I'm going to start off, of course, with what's going on locally with sports, high school sports, college sports. Then we'll get into my first guest about 9:15, Stuart Fife from Fife Therapy, Dr. Stuart Fife, telling you how to prepare for the season coming up, the high school season. Stuart Fife is proactive, preventing injuries instead of waiting for him to be reactive and helping the athlete recover from injuries. Okay. Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from Memorial Day School. This young man has been a starter up at Georgia Southern for the last 3.5, 4 years. Had a major knee injury, but he's coming back. We're talking about Memorial Day School, Matador, Blue Thunder, football player himself, now Georgia Southern Eagle, Brian Miller. And then we'll wrap up the show. If you haven't heard, we got another local guy, another young football player giving back, plays up at Georgia. He's an outside linebacker, defensive tackle, wears number 4, played at Calvary Day School, then went to IMG, 5-star recruit, wound up choosing Georgia. We're going to talk about Nolan Smith about his football camp next week called Pups Day Out. Giving back to the community. You got to love it, people. You got to love it. All right, so let's get to the high school news here. All right, first of all, I got to say to the people looking in, Dennis Kessler, great every Saturday morning seeing you tuning in. Of course, Lawrence Bennett, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', always checking in. Love you guys checking out the show. Remember, it's also, when it's over, it'll be on YouTube. You can go watch it there, YouTube. So once again, Dennis, thanks. Have a wonderful day. And as I say at the end of the show, Dennis, whatever you're doing today, hit it out of the park, buddy. Okay, let's start it off. I'm going to start off with the local sports, okay, other than high school, because high school starts getting into sports at the end of the month. So we'll get to that in a second. But Savannah Bananas, what more can I say? Savannah Bananas now are 26-3. Listen to that, people, 26-3. They won again in Macon last night, 11-1 against the Macon Bacon. They already won this Spork Trophy. Okay, so it's unbelievable. Coach's Corner saying, good morning, Coach. Good morning, Coach's Corner. All right, you got a comment? You got a question? Type it in the comment box, and I'd love to answer it, or I'd love to talk to you about it. Right now, I haven't figured out how to take telephone calls. So phone calls, cell phone calls, not the old telephone. You know what I mean. Okay, but let's go with Savannah Bananas. Remember, next Thursday, it's sold out. I just got to say it, but it's St. Patrick's Day here in July. The Savannah Bananas way. They'll wear kilts. It's a heck of a party. Everybody's in green. St. Patty's Day next week over there at Grayson Stadium. Tonight, the Bananas are back in Grayson Stadium. They take on the Florence Red Wolves. First pitch, 7 o'clock. It's sold out, okay? Let me go to the other happenings here in Savannah, Georgia today. We got a lot, okay, plus the Sound Garden. Okay, Savannah Women's Professional Soccer League. We have two teams. We have the Savannah Spirit Futures, and then we have the Savannah Spirit First Team. They'll be playing today at Benedictine. The Futures game kicks off at 4:30, and then the First Team kicks off at 6:30. All right, the Futures team will be taking on the Soda City team. It's out of South Carolina, wherever they make the soda. And then the first team kicks it off at 6:30 against the Florida Soul. So you want to go watch some women's soccer, Benedictine, okay, Savannah Spirit. Men's soccer tonight, 7 o'clock at Memorial Stadium. The Savannah Clovers, our semi-pro professional team, and they're playing in the National Independent Soccer Association Independent Cup. So they're in it again. They'll kick it off tonight. The Savannah Clovers will be hosting 2 cup matches here at Memorial Stadium. Tonight, July 10th, they take on, once again, Soda City Football Club at 7 p.m. And we'll talk a little bit about England and Italy in a little while with my good friend from across the pond, my mate, Mr. Stuart Fife. But once again, that's what's going on here tonight. And then, of course, into the sound garden, we got Purple Haze. Tribute band to the man himself, Prince. Tonight here at Soundgarden, at Coach's Corner. Make sure you go to Eventbrite so you can get tickets. Before that, local legend, local piano man, Joe Jerka will be kicking off the show tonight in the Soundgarden about 6:30. And then we'll have Prince come on. I think Prince. We'll have the Prince Tribute Band come on. If Prince was here, I'd be ecstatic. We'll have the Prince Tribute Band come on at about 8 o'clock. All right, quickly. High school, Beach High School hires new football coach. Not a new football coach, Michael Thompson. Okay, he's been the assistant at Beach. He got the job after Corey Phillips, the head coach last year, had a stroke. Michael Thompson coming back on the sidelines, 8 state rings, 6 in football, 2 in basketball at Memorial Day School. Michael Thompson, congratulations. Other hirings, okay, Habersham now winning a state championship. The coaches have stepped down. Ryan Smith, you heard that name, former Armstrong Pirate. He's coming over to take on the Habersham baseball program. Over at Memorial Day School, they finished out filling out their coaching staff. Dale Mock is going to be the boys coach at Memorial Day School. Iman Grayson is taking over the girls basketball program, and Mackenzie Smith is coming in and taking over the volleyball program. All right, college sports quickly. Savannah State had their first Sean Quinn Under the Lights camp last night. Over 100 campers. Great job. They offered some scholarships all over social media. Okay, next week, number 2, you want to get seen? You want to see the Savannah State coaching staff see you? Next Friday night, they're doing it again, okay? The Sean Quinn Under the Lights football camp. They also have a golf tournament there. Hopefully people will help them out, okay? Let me get my information here. Savannah State camp. Okay, support the Tigers. It's the first annual Tiger Invitational Golf Tournament, July 30th at Crosswinds Golf Course, $100 a player. Okay, all the funds raised help support the football program to, support the football program in meals and other things they need to outside of what the athletic department gives them. So the first annual Savannah Tigers Invitational Golf Tournament, the annual Tiger Golf Invitational Tournament, it's at Crosswinds. Go to tfasavannah.com to sign up. Okay, they need all the help they can, July 30th. Okay, once again, college player, former Savannah Christian standout, former Ashley Deering Award winner Demetrius Robinson went into the transfer portal, announced last week he will be playing at Auburn. Okay, so look for D-Rob, Savannah Christian, all-world 5-star wide receiver, going to Auburn. Okay, anything else I got to cover? The Braves won. Let's go to professional sports. Braves, 1 game under 500. They got 2 to go against the Marlins. So hopefully they'll beat the Fish twice before the All-Star break. Remember, you got Acuna, Albies, and Freeman in the All-Star game next week. All right, so hopefully they'll be over 500 at the All-Star break. And like I said, don't forget, Georgia football standout, Nolan Smith coming back next week, July 17th. They'll have a football camp at Davin Park. Pups Day Out. Go to Eventbrite, type in Nolan Smith, and you can join that. We'll talk more about that. And it's all presented by Optim Orthopedics, jumping in and helping Nolan Smith out. All right, I got a lot more. Like I said, I had technical difficulties this morning, so I'm going to cut it short and sweet because the man himself is waiting in the wings to talk about how to prevent injuries before the season starts. Like I said, this guy is proactive. He doesn't want to see injured athletes. Well, that's his job, coach. You know, he's got to help these kids get back. Yeah, I know that's his living. I know that's what he does. But he doesn't want to see kids. Okay, he wants to help people after I've had major knee surgeries. I was one of them. Okay, got me back right away. 2 major knee surgeries. Went to this man. He gave me, of course, Sarah's not there. The girl will help me, but he overlooked the whole thing. But up next, Dr. Stuart Fife from Fife Therapy, how to prevent injuries before the season starts. It's only a couple of weeks away. July 26th, football starts. August 2nd, everybody starts. Hey, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here live at Coach's Corner. It's Breakfast at Coaches every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'll be back right after this, after I thank a couple of sponsors.
All the time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Because you always study difficult test that gives us some data. We have the avatar, we already done that before last year, where we see the gate. And now we have the 2 force plates. So these are 2 force plates that are connected to our system.
All right, you gotta love the internets, okay? Once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner. It's Breakfast at Coaches every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30. Come in, check it out. You'll love it. I got to get some. I got to grub some. You know, as you see over my this shoulder, rubbing and grubbing. They grub every Wednesday night and they get food. So hopefully I'll get some breakfast. But anyway, we're heading into the high school season. We want to be proactive. We want to stop or, we want to prevent injuries. So no better way than the man that supports our local athletes, supports local sports, supports my show, supports the Prep Sports Report. He does a great job. Brand new facilities. You got to check it out when the grand opening happens. But he's a good friend of mine. He's on the Coach's Corner hot seat. He always loves talking about how to prevent injuries. And that's, of course, my man from across the pond, Dr. Stuart Fife. What's up, Stuart?
Hey, Karl. How you doing?
Hey, just dealing with a lot of technical difficulties this morning, but you know how it goes. You just got to go with it and go with the flow. I'm trying to load up the videos that we're going to show people and pops on before I get you. But anyway.
I never thought I'd be talking to an Italian today, right before the game.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll see if our little soccer buddy joins us too, because I invited him too. But Yes, Italy takes on England. Okay, here's the bet. If Italy wins, this young man buys me dinner here at Coach's Corner. If England wins, I got to buy him dinner here at Coach's Corner. So once again, we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But anyway, hey, congratulations on that new facility. It's beautiful. You got it rearing to go. But people don't really know Dr. Stuart Fife, physical therapist, doctor of physical therapy, is not really into getting customers come in. You want to be proactive with those athletes. So tell us all about that and how you're doing it.
Well, yeah, the new facility will have a big opening probably in 2 or 3 weeks. We're just finalizing a few things. But yeah, we've got so much technology now. We want to have a data-driven clinic where we can tell what deficits athletes have. We treat athletes on a regular basis, and athletes are already strong. Athletes aren't weak. They're already doing a lot of training. But a lot of times we see these small deficits. It's a small deficit that we have to understand. But the way to find the deficits or the asymmetries is through technology. So we've invested a ton in technology and systems where we can test full teams rapidly, which has been a problem in the past, that to test a full team is time consuming. Now with the new technology we have now, the force plates, we can test a full team of 50, 60 athletes within 40 minutes and then really be able to indicate who's at risk, who's not at risk. But also we have data. So when athletes are healthy, we have data when they're healthy. If they then have an injury, we go back to the data before they return to sport and make sure they're the way they are, ready to go back compared to where they were. So it's all about having data, technology, and really understanding what the problem is with an athlete or where their risk factors are.
Yeah, but but that's what people don't understand, Stuart. I've been doing this such a long time. They're
Correct.
not proactive, okay?
Correct.
Everybody waits till somebody gets hurt, and then they want to see how quick they can get them back.
Yes.
We started, great course. I took it last summer, and you offered it to all the coaches, which I think you're the only place that does this concussion management. How to prevent it, know what's going on, how to do a pre-test or pre-concussion test, and then, of course, a post-concussion test. But people, they just don't understand that.
Well, it's human nature, everybody thinks they're robust, and everybody thinks the injury is not going to happen to them. I would say to any athlete who has minor aches and pains in the same area on a regular basis needs to be seen for biomechanical analysis. You can't eliminate all injuries, but we can definitely predict who's at risk quite accurately. And like I said, losing a key player in your season is pretty devastating for the team, for the school, for the coach, for the community. So we're hoping that we'll get the teams coming in, all teams before the season starts. We'll do a quick screen on the athletes, hold the data, and then indicate who might be at risk and try and solve those problems before they actually occur, before the season even starts.
Come over a couple minutes.
So, we'll have a big open. We'll invite all the coaches over to see what we do, but it's a completely different clinic for the region. Nobody does what we do in the way we do it. And like you said, we'd rather prevent these athletes getting injured than see them post-surgical after it's already happened. And it happens a lot. Injury rates aren't going down despite all our technology. Now, sure, the turf has something to do with that, but a lot of it also has to do with the way the athletes are put together. We're not identifying these subtle differences in the biomechanics, and we need technology to be able to pick up that quickly and efficiently. Gone are the days where coaches and therapists and people can just eyeball stuff. Those days are gone. Eyeballing stuff is just not there now. We need video technology, force plate technology, avatar technology, and we need to hold the data so we can actually compare different situations with athletes.
Apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Okay, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I'm live at Coach's Corner. It's breakfast at Coach's from 8 to 10:30 every Saturday morning. It smells so good. I still haven't got my food yet, Stuart. But let's talk about it, okay? You want to be preventative. You want to talk about the test beforehand. So tell me which test we want to show people that you do, that you have the machines and the equipment to do it, Fife Therapy.
Well, the force plate is the quickest one to test the whole team. That's where we're going to have an athlete jump and land, or jump onto it, or jump from something onto it. So there we can tell deceleration and acceleration. And again, we're looking for symmetry in right and left. So the force plate is a lot of technology. We see a bunch of data comes for it, but basically we'll see a line that demonstrates the force that one leg produces. The length of the line is how much force it produces with it will give us a number. And then also the angle of the vector tells where the ground reaction force is going through the joint or not. So you can tell if somebody's prone to an ACL injury or a meniscal injury, if the knee is going to collapse. It's literally a 5-second test. And then we have the data and we can compare side to side. We can hop on it. So we can test one leg to another, or we can do a bilateral 2-legged jump. And it's amazing stuff.
All right, hold on for 2 minutes. This is what Stuart demonstrated to me the other day at Fife Therapy at Mall Court. What's the exact?
Mall Terrace.
Mall Terrace, right there by Kentucky Fried Chicken off of Waters.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here it is. This probably help you a lot better too.
Force plate is going to tell us is how much force each leg produces. Now this could be a vertical jump, it could be a negative, it could be a jump onto the force plate, it could be a jump off something onto the force plate. It could be a single leg hop, it could be a double jump. With this athlete, this athlete was actually clean to return to sport, not by us. But you can see from the force plate data that this leg produces 491 newtons of force. This one's 360. That's his injured leg. So he is not symmetrical when it comes to that dynamic loading. The size of the line represents the magnitude of the force that leg produces, but the angle of the vector tells us whether the force is going through the knee. You can see his angle is actually pretty good. It's going through the knee. However, if this line was going outside of his knee, that means he's prone to collapsing his knee. So now that's another ACL about to happen. So the great thing about this technology that we're excited about, we have, people have this in Savannah, is that we can screen a whole team in a matter of minutes, because we literally could get a whole football team, soccer team, whatever, volleyball, jump, land, you're good, jump, land, one side, good, and we can separate these athletes who look like they're going to have potential injury problems. So the beauty of this force plate is it's rapid. The other technology takes a little bit of setup, not too long, but this is a quick screen, very, very accurate, that can tell us who's in danger. And then if we need further investigation, we track them. As we said before, if we test somebody before one season, it's symmetrical. The next season, let's test again. Next season, let's test again. Make sure they're going through freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, scholarships, whatever, that these guys are staying symmetrical and the risk is minimal. So pretty excited. Our opening day again is going to be in a couple of weeks. We'll invite the coaches in. But this is the kind of thing that we want to do at Fife Therapy, is to be known for injury prevention, not necessarily treating the injuries. We'd much rather prevent it and let these guys have successful seasons. Nothing again like losing a key player, as you know. When you get to the final stage of competition, you lose one of your key players and the whole season changes. So this is fantastic technology we've invested in to try and help the community, the sports medicine community. Like I said, it's very easy for us to do, screen a whole team. So we'll be reaching out to the coaches and the ADs the next few weeks once we get this set up, and hopefully we'll start screening whole teams, and we'll see injuries dropping in Savannah. That's our goal.
Well, there you go, Stuart. You got to love technology. I mean, you just explained everything, and then there it is right there in the video. Now, you talked about now avatars and people doing the eyes and the reaction. They see what they're going on. But there's another machine that you got that is unbelievable. It's like riding a mechanical bull in an adult establishment. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So again, what we're trying to do is to screen all aspects of an athletic performance. Some of our new technology coming in will also be doing visual testing, so we can test and again get data on somebody's peripheral vision field, depth perception, right and left, reaction time. So we'll also have quite new technology. We'll go through it another day. But as far as the athlete goes, the avatar on the treadmill is reflexive. When you're walking, you can't hide it. So gait is very important. If you pass walking, then we get you to run. But again, you can't fix walking and running through your cognition. It's too fast. It's reflexive. So we want to see how a reflexive athlete moves. The second machine you talked about is the unpredictable perturbations. That's when the platform is unpredictable, how does the athlete react? And this is the only machine on the market right now that's truly unpredictable reactive. And then the third thing will be the force plate. The force plate is how does an athlete generate force or absorb force? So with those three different aspects of technology, we have a very comprehensive profile on an athlete. And again, we can track this from year to year to year, including the visual stuff to see whether the athlete can still see, the ball coming from the right visual field is the same as the left visual field. And if it's not, then we can fix it. We'll give them exercises. So again, data driven. The one you're going to show right now is the the Proprio 5000, we can train specific movements. We can do random movements. We can do eyes open, eyes closed. We can throw things and catch things while people are trying to keep a stable base. And then again, it's data driven. We get a report afterwards. We compare, are they symmetrical left and right?
All right, here you go. And this is pretty neat. I mean, I won't try it. I'm too old for this. And we had a youngster try it and got to about a minute, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Looked pretty impressive to me. But watch the bottom of the screen and watch the platform moving up and down, back and forth.
Hey, Carl. So we're going to run this athlete through the Proprio test. What the Proprio test is doing right now is this system is unpredictable, which means the athlete does not know what's going to happen. It's completely random. It starts off slow. This is a 2-minute test, and it's going to get faster and faster. If she can't make the full 2-minute test, it's going to cut out because she's moved too much. The athlete's trying to keep the center still here. So right now we're trying to compare left and right legs. Again, we're talking about ACLs, meniscus, hip flexor problems, all those injuries that we see on a regular basis. We want to understand if the athlete is moving symmetrically or not. This is the only machine in the market that's truly unpredictable. Things like weave and stuff where you're following things, it's feed forward. You can predict what's going to happen over it. You'll see this platform is completely random. She doesn't know what it's going to do, and it's going to get a little crazy in just a couple of minutes. It's a 2-minute test. She's doing okay. We're trying to keep the athlete still, and we're trying to see the control just in her hips. Yep. And that's a fail. So again, we want to understand that if somebody stays symmetrical left and right, or do we see somebody shift over, this is definitely important after an injury because we want to make sure that they return equal. So you know what we do here, we've talked about before many times, Carl, we have the avatar, but we're interested in technology, we're interested in numbers. So we, hopefully, once we have a big opening in a couple of weeks, we'll get now a lot more data on pre-season scores. It takes 2 weeks to test an athlete. We can see them, what they look like pre-injury, compare them post-injury. Are they the same? Are they different? Do they still need further work? I'm going to show you something else in a second which gives us a different level of information. So we have the avatar that does walking, which is reflexive movement. You don't control gait, it happens subconsciously. This is unpredictable movement. You don't know what it's going to do, it's reactive. Then the next thing we're going to show you is actually producing force voluntarily. So when we get those 3 different things with data, we have a very complete profile of an athlete, and we can keep dipping back to that profile, either the start of every season to make sure they're right where they should be, or after an injury to make sure that they're going back with a true green light to have no or 0 injury risk. So in a moment I'll show you the next thing we're going to do.
All right, I put him on backwards there, Stuart.
Okay.
I apologize.
Yeah, so we can on that machine, the Proprio, we can train athletes, not just test athletes. So it allows us to train them and restore that symmetry. And for our older patients, we can make that platform go very, very slowly on a predictable round, so we can do true balance re-education for full risk patients. So that machine has a lot of versatility, not just for athletes.
Well, yeah. Scientific research, and he hasn't shown us the movement of the eyes, which is for peripheral visions, for depth perception. We got to get that on here too.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. We'll talk about the grand opening in a couple of minutes and what's going on at Fife Therapy. But hey, England, Italy, and we got another guy waiting in the wings to break this down. We got a couple of minutes. I got my next guest waiting, but the guru of soccer here in Savannah, Georgia, high school soccer. I call him the father of high school soccer, and that's Cam Turner, good friend of ours, good friend of yours, Stuart.
Yep.
So we got England and Italy tomorrow. Good morning, Cam. How's it going?
Good, guys. Morning. Thanks for having me on, Carl. I'm glad that Stuart's on here so we can have a good time. We've got a big game tomorrow. Italy, England. Carl, we saw you in Coach's Corner the other day. We've been up there watching every single game throughout. Sure appreciate Coach's Corner putting on the games on the big screen for us. But, Stuart and I have put a little cash out on the line for England against some of our Italian friends. So we've got a big game tomorrow, and we're looking forward to everybody coming out watching the game, and hopefully it's a great game for England.
I just got off the phone with my mother, like literally before the show, and she said their country is going insane. I think the only comparison might be something like the end of World War II, where the whole streets were filled. Everything. She goes, it is absolutely insane right now. I'm sure Italy's the same, but the country is insane right now. It's awesome. Can't wait.
All right.
Yeah,
go ahead, Cam.
I talked with a couple of my friends, and the guys that are true Americans that don't follow soccer, they have no comprehension of what this is like for a country like England and for countries over there to be in this final. You've got the World Cup, which is, of course, number one, and then Euro Cup. Tonight, actually, you have the Copa America Cup, which is South America, and that's Brazil versus Argentina. So you have all these cups going on that are represented by their countries. And, if Georgia were to win the national championship in football, Carl, you could imagine how crazy it would be in the state of Georgia. And now just compound that by a country. So just, there is nothing comparative in the United States for Americans to understand how crazy it is. And, fortunately, we have the good old lad Fife here to keep us updated on how everything truly is and what soccer in the great motherland was really like and everything like that. But
so this is the first time England's been in a final for 55 years. The last time was 66, and I was 3 years old. 55 years it's been. Unbelievable. That's how crazy the country is right now.
All right. So give us your insight on how England's going to win this game there, Mr. Fife.
I don't think it's going to be close, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be 4-1 England.
So why such a big spread? Why?
I thought the Italians looked a little tired last game, and we looked fresh and more dynamic. So we'll see. The nerves are going to be the big thing. We're playing. The game's in London, so we're playing in front of a home crowd. So we'll see if the guys, if the anxiety and the nerves takes the best of them, or they can relax, settle in, and perform. I really think they will.
All right, Cam. What did the Italians got to do? My nationality, my ancestry.
Well, Carl, I can first off tell you that even though I'm rooting for England, Fife's in La La Land. This is going to be a good game. Italy has the momentum. Italy has had the power from game one when they started this tournament. They've had momentum. They've got a solid defense. They've got 2 or 3 superstars in the attack. But I do agree that I think England when England puts out there and goes out on the field, puts the best 11. Nobody can match their 11 players that they have. But I think that the pressure of being at Wembley at home is going to cause them to have some mistakes, to feel the pressure of the weight of the game from being, as Stuart said, 50 years. I'm thinking it's going to be a very tight-knit game. I think it's going to be a 2-1 game for England. I think once again, England has the better bench. They can bring off guys like Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, who is about to be bought by Man City for $120 million just to buy his contract to get him. Then they got to pay him his fee. I mean, that dude's on the bench, so Italy doesn't have those type of players. They've got some great players, but the level that England has to bring off the bench cannot be matched by Italy. So I think the power that England has is just their depth and going to wear Italy down and will eventually win 2-1.
All right. I haven't really followed this closely except when, I knew Italy won and I was excited about it. I'm going to try and watch tomorrow. I got a little a date with my wife that I got to take care of first, but I'm going to go reverse of what Cam just said. I'm going to go reverse of both of you said. I'm going to predict Italy in a 1-0 game.
Oh, okay. Well, Carl, the other thing that England has on their side is they've given up 1 goal in the whole tournament. Yeah. I don't know if you know that. They've given up 1 goal now in 6 games. So that is unheard of. They just set a record for the most time without giving up a goal.
And we never went to PKs.
Yeah, Stuart, who was the goalkeeper that Pickford just shut out?
Gordon Banks, and he was the goalkeeper in 1966 in that last tournament. It's a sad story. Gordon Banks ended up going blind. He was a wonderful man, but Gordon Banks was a legend.
Wait a minute. Did you just say England had a blind goalkeeper?
Not when he was playing.
Oh, okay.
I guess we got to bring him in and check out that eye machine that Dr. Fife has.
Yeah.
So,
but that's how good he was.
Okay. Well, no, go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, Cam, finish it up.
No, I just, I think it's great that, we got another big game. And also tomorrow kicks off the Gold Cup for the United States. So basically our version of the Euro and Copa America that's being played over in Europe and South America right now kicks off today, actually, with countries for North America. And United States kicks off tomorrow night, I believe, at 8 o'clock. And, hopefully people are involved in supporting the United States soccer team, just like many people have been with the Copa America and the Euros going on for the past 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, if you want to know anything about soccer, just talk to these two guys. I know watching Mr. Fife over there, all nervous, and you getting upset off that penalty kick rebound score, but it was great. You guys do a great job. All right, Stuart, let's go to a quick grand opening, what we need to do to find out about Fife Therapy.
Yeah, we're probably 3 weeks away. We'll have a big grand opening. We're inviting all the coaches in and the ADs and the local doctors to see what we do. So we're pretty excited about it. So I'll keep you posted. And probably 2 or 3 weeks. We're just not quite there with a couple of things. I want to make sure everything is done completely before we do it, rather than say, well, this is going to be this and this is going to be this. I want to say this is all finished. So we're being delayed a little bit. And it's just still amazing to me how COVID is the excuse for all kinds of stuff not being delivered. But I'm still waiting for stuff to get delivered that should have been here 10 weeks ago. But it's on the way, so we'll just have to wait and see till it arrives. But we're pretty close.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Enjoy the game tomorrow. I know you guys are going to have a good time. I'll be thinking of you. And once again, Fife Therapy online, fifetherapy.com, and go check it out. It's an unbelievable facility. And
what day do you want to buy me dinner next week?
Well, let's see what happens when after Italy wins 1-0. Okay.
Okay, man.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate
it.
Have fun.
See you. Bye.
I mean, just two guys that love soccer, two guys that do a great job. Like I told you, Cam Turner with his Coastal Empire All-Star game every year, 11 years straight. Dr. Fife is proactive. Stuart, I call him Stuart, my mate from across the pond. Okay, he's proactive, and that's what it's all about at Fife Therapy. They want to make sure that the athlete is prepared to go into sports, and he doesn't want to see the kid after he gets hurt. He wants to see him before so they can prevent it. So once again, Fife Therapy, check it out. All right, Brian Miller's been waiting a while here. We talked some football, as they call it in Europe, but we're going to talk American football with Brian Miller, former Memorial Day standout football player, had a serious ACL injury 2 years ago. Year and a half ago. He's on his way back, and he's going to tell us what his senior season looks like up there in Statesboro, in the prettiest little stadium in the world, coined by Eric Russell. Next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Athlete of the Week, Brian Miller. Brian, 3 minutes, I promise you. We'll be right back. Sorry, Brian, wrong commercial.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop to new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to Breakfast at Coaches. This is Coach Karl DeMasi for the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here live from Coach's Corner inside. Usually I'm out in the Sound Garden, but, you know, we got breakfast here at Coach's every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30. You got to check it out. I got to go grub mine after I talk to my next guest because, you know, that's what it's all about, okay? So once again, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report presented by Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All right. It's the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. I didn't have this young man on, or maybe I did. I don't know. I'm getting so old, I forgot. But he had a phenomenal career at Memorial Day School. His head coach now is the new head coach over at Beach High School. And his father, from what I hear, is one of the assistant coaches. But he's had a phenomenal career. Goes up to Jordan Southern. Defensive end. He's all over the place. You know, makes the transformation from a defensive end to an offensive lineman. Has a knee injury. Devastating injury, but he's worked himself back. So joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat from Memorial Day School, former standout football player, now a Georgia Southern Eagle, Brian Miller. Brian, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
I'm sorry you had to deal with a little soccer, but it's a big time here in the United States. And my good friend Stuart Fife, big England guy, and I was here with him the other night, so we had a little wager on. So we said we'll talk about it for a couple minutes, but. Once again, congratulations. Your senior year going into Georgia Southern. You got to be excited about it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely exciting, to get to this point, everything I've been through. Oh, yeah. And my injury, it was a hip injury.
Hip injury. Okay.
Yeah. I dislocated my hip and I broke a piece of my acetabulum off. Yeah. Wow. It was big time.
Is that more serious than a knee?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, wow. And that was about a year and a half ago, right?
Yes, sir.
So you had to go through a lot of rehab. We'll talk about that. But, football's been your life. I mean, your dad is coaching over at Beach now with Michael Thompson, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell everybody what football has meant to Brian Miller.
Oh, man. Football, ever since I was a little kid, it was just a game that, I could just go have fun, get away from the outside world, school and stuff like that, and just go have fun and just play ball. And, I made a lot of lifetime friendships, on the football field.
And you took that skill level to Georgia Southern. So tell us, your journey, Memorial Day School, getting out there to Georgia Southern. What's your story? What's your life story about how you made this journey?
When I was in high school, I started getting recruited, at the end of my sophomore year, going into my junior year. Was getting a lot of a good bit of offers and stuff like that, some Power 5 schools and things. And, I was going on a lot of visits. Georgia Southern was always, one of my top schools that I was, going to end up choosing. But I think towards the end of my senior year, it was getting so late in the game and, I didn't commit to school. I think I started to try to commit in November, December time, and a lot of schools didn't have spots open. A lot of the spots was getting taken up, and it got down to the point where I think maybe in early January, I didn't even have one offer.
Wow.
Yeah. So it got down to, I think on Saturday morning, I ended up having, Georgia Southern called me first, and I had committed. And then, I think later on in the day, Mississippi State had called me. But, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to go there to Mississippi State because I only took one visit there for a camp, and I really didn't see the school and stuff like that. So, Georgia Southern was the best decision. Georgia Southern also chose me, so, they gave me the chance.
They wanted you. So I'm going to go back for a couple seconds. So Michael Thompson was your high school coach. Your dad was your high school coach. What was it like playing for those two guys?
Oh, man, it was great. They instilled a good, hard-working, ethic into me, and, just having my dad there since I was a little kid. He's been coaching me since I was 9, 10 years old, so with him always being there, it was just a big help.
Well, I know Michael Thompson's a good guy. I gotta meet your father. They told me he's over there with them. I gotta check that out. So, I mean, in high school, you went both ways, right? You played offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
So why the switch at Georgia Southern from the glorious defensive tackle position to playing at offensive position, that left side offensive tackle position? Why the switch?
Well, it happened. It happened in the middle of the season, my freshman year when I got redshirted. And at first I didn't want to do it. I was just approached by the coaches, about making the switch. But, in my mind, I'm I don't want to play offensive line. They don't get no glory. I won't ever hear my name called on Jumbotron or in the stadium, stuff like that. I don't want to do it. It was just that year, was a lot of injuries on the offensive line. They were just telling me that, we might need your help over there and stuff like that. And, so, it just got to the point where, I just made the decision to where it's not about me, it's about the team. And I just stuck with it. And I said, I'm going to just, try my hardest, just do anything to get on the field. And I've got to this point now.
You got to it. And a left tackle on any college football team or any football team is valued so much, and you got to protect the quarterback's backside if he's a righty quarterback. I mean, you got a lot of things to do at that position. Now, I do remember now, and I do apologize. I've been saying knee injury. I do remember when you got hurt. It was your hip, and they said it was a serious hip injury. So you had to battle back. You broke part of the bone. You had to battle back from it. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was a humbling experience. It changed my whole approach on life and football. With football, it just changed the way, I train, the way I work out, the way I eat, and, just the way I treat my body and prepare for practices and games and stuff like that. With life, honestly, it helped me appreciate, just getting up and walking every day. Okay, when I first got hurt, I couldn't walk for 3 months. I couldn't put any pressure on the leg. Yeah, I couldn't put any pressure on the leg for 3 months. And I couldn't run for 6 months. Yeah,
so I mean, it goes right into the next question. You learn how to deal with adversity, and that's big time.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Well, on the football field, have you had, besides being injured, did you have to deal with a lot of adversity over there at Georgia Southern?
Oh, yeah, especially last season, with COVID. And then, when COVID hit, that was still also the same time as I was still trying to prepare and come back from injury. So at that point, I was just taking it day by day. I didn't want to take it week by week, game by game. I just want to take it day by day because, as you seen last year, we had, quite a few games postponed. So I just, just took it day by day, trained hard, and just hope for the best throughout the season.
Hey, and you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic at the week. Former Memorial Day standout football player, now up at Georgia Southern, the left tackle, overcoming a serious hip injury. He's looking forward to his senior year. So, you're a big guy. In high school, you just tore people apart because I watched some of your games. But now you got to play offensive line on a D1 college level. And Georgia Southern plays big-time football. What's it like playing the offensive line in college football? Because, I'm an old high school offensive lineman and never got a chance to get that far. What's it like?
I think for offensive linemen in college, you have to be smart, obviously tough, physical. You have to have great feet. That's really the main parts of really being a good offensive lineman in college.
And you're at left tackle. How big are you now, Brian?
Right now I'm about 6'3", 300 pounds.
Wow. And then you got to stop guys on the other side, 6'3", 300 pounds, or 250 pounds are speedsters. So it's really interesting to see how it goes. And if you want to watch Georgia Southern this year, make sure you check out number 56, right? You're still number 56?
Yes, sir.
He'll be on the left side. And I know I talked to Coach Lunsford. He's excited to have you back. And he's just amazed at your commitment to getting back with that hip injury. So we might have some young kids listen to this. We might have some high school kids listen to this. Tell them how important it is about the academics and especially what it's like when you get to the college level, how you have to take care of your own grades.
Oh, yeah. It's something big in college. You know, you definitely have to take care of your grades because, you know, at a certain point in college, you know, your class rank has to match up with, you know, where you are on the field. You know, you gotta have the grades to be eligible to play, to be eligible to play. Sorry.
And you got to do it on your own because there's nobody there telling you to do it, like mom and dad, right?
Oh yeah, it's that right there. That's really the biggest difference of, you know, from coming from high school to college. You know, in high school, you know, you got your parents there, you got teachers' help, administration, and everybody always on you about, you know, getting your grades, you know, doing your work and all this. In college, you know, you might have class once a week and you might have something due the next week and you have a chance to forget about it. You know, you have to have a schedule, and time management is big.
Well, tell them what a typical day is for Brian Miller with football and academics and going to classes.
Oh yeah. So I'll say, like, I have my fall schedule. So I'll probably have class at around 10 o'clock. You know, that's my first class. Wake up at 10 o'clock. Well, first we have breakfast check. So we have breakfast check from about 7 to 9:15. So you have to get up and go eat breakfast. Then 10 o'clock I have class from 10 to probably 11:15. I have another class at 11:30. And then that class probably will run until like 12:45. And then I got to go eat lunch. And then we have practice, you know, and meetings and stuff. And that run from 3 o'clock to about 6 or 7.
Wow.
And then after that, you might have tutoring, and you still got to do homework and study.
That's a tough day. I mean, that's a long day if you ask me. So you guys got a lot to fulfill there. All right. Talk about the old stomping grounds, Memorial Day School. All right. You ever go back and watch those films and compare them to what you're doing right now?
Oh, yeah. I like to watch my high school film a lot, you know.
And do you see a big difference?
Yeah, I can see a difference in my mentality and my toughness, the way I approach it. You know, in high school, I just used to go out there and dominate. You know, in college, you can't just go out there and just play the game. You know, it's a lot about, you know, watching film, breaking down the film, breaking down your opponent, you know, knowing the guy who in front of you and knowing his every move.
It's a big difference. I mean, I know in high school, you just push people out of your way half the time. So, all right. People are probably asking this, any aspirations of getting to the show, to the next level, NFL?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a dream of mine. You know, it's all about my work now. That's going to determine, you know, whether I get there or not.
So if I had to go talk to Coach Lunsford, what would he tell me that Brian Miller's legacy at Georgia Southern is? Because you guys will bleed blue and white the rest of your life. What is Brian Miller leaving at Georgia Southern?
A hardworking guy who, you know, had many challenges throughout life, you know, who always persevered through them. And I want to go down as one of the best offensive linemen to ever play in the Sun Belt. Nice.
Any untold story that people don't know about besides your football and your hip injury?
I'll say maybe a lot of people don't know that I'm married.
Really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
3 years now.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank
you. So
you.
you're trying to juggle school, married life, getting something to put on the table. That's so. What does your wife do?
She's in school right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're both in school.
What's her major?
She's majoring in psychology.
And you?
I majored in I just got my degree in May in interdisciplinary studies with a minor in psychology and a concentration in business. And so in the fall, I'm be going to my second degree. I'm getting another bachelor's in business management.
Man, I don't know how you're married, you're playing college football, you're going to classes. I don't know how you're doing it, Brian. That's an untold story right there. So, all right. Any shout out to Memorial Day School? Because we know Big Mark Sussman's watching.
Oh yeah, definitely got to give a shout out there. Shout out to my Memorial Day family. You know, just thanking them for everything they did for me while I was there. And I also want to give a shout out to my offensive line, man. I love those guys.
Well, Brian, I can't wait to watch you play this year. When do you guys open up? Do you open up September 4th?
I think so. Yeah, we play Gardner Well.
Okay, good. I can't wait to see you out there. And once again, great job. I know you made Savannah proud. You have made Memorial Day School proud, and I know your dad keeps you on track too, right?
Yes, sir.
So, all right, keep up the great work. Thanks for coming on, and once again, good luck. And you never know, we might have a little NFL experience going on too.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you for having me on too.
Anytime, Brian. Keep up the great work. And like I said, I know Mark Sussman, he's so proud that, you're doing what you're doing up there at Georgia Southern.
Yes, sir.
And Memorial Day, of course. Don't let me get that wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And I know this is your saying, go Blue Thunder and go Eagles.
Yes, sir. Gotta.
All right, Brian, good luck.
All right, thank you.
I mean, here's a young guy that had to overcome so much, and he's married, and he's going to school full-time, and he's got aspirations for the NFL. And that's what's all about here in Savannah, Georgia, watching these young guys grow up to be successful and to do what they do is simply amazing. Once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner. I'm not out in Soundgarden. I'm inside because it's breakfast at Coach's every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30. I'm going to get me some grub in this break. So I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about another young man that's given back. It's going to be recorded because he couldn't make it in this morning. I can't make it to his camp next week. We're talking to Georgia Bulldog football player, Calvary Day School, IMG standout football player, 5-star when he was in high school, Nolan Smith. Why? Because he's putting on his first annual Pup Days Out youth football camp next week at Daffin Park. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 3 minutes to talk about it. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report.
All-time best Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here, live at Coach's Corner. It's a Saturday morning. It's breakfast at Coach's. Every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30, you can get breakfast here. During the week, it's Tuesday through Friday from 7 to 10:30. So come on out and check Coach's Corner out. It's breakfast at Coach's Corner. And once again, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We have 5 shows, of course, on Wednesday nights over that shoulder, okay? Rubbin' and Grubbin', Wednesday nights 6 to 7. You can check it out. It's all NASCAR with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, and the producer, Lawrence Bennett, who does a great job, okay, producing that show. It's also on YouTube. It's Facebook. Go check it out, Coach's Corner. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I'm at Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, Karl DeMasi Sports Report YouTube channel, KD Sports Report on Twitter. Go check it out. It's all there. All right. Then we have a third show on the internet when it's the Masters. That's right. The Herb brothers, Sean and Brent Herb, do a great job. 4 days straight. I don't know how they do 4 straight days. It's pretty tough. Okay, doing an internet show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and they cover everything Masters. We're trying to get them to do another golf major. We'll see what happens. Then we have 2 podcasts. Okay, we have the Hot Grits podcast with Spencer Maddox and Travis Jadon, or Travis Jadon and Spencer Maddox. Okay, they do a great job talking everything sports, and they get into it. It's a lot of fun. You got to listen to it. Anyway, you get a podcast, you can go to Hot Grits Podcast. Then, of course, yours truly, the 5th show, the 2nd podcast, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with yours truly, the coach, Karl DeMasi, and, of course, the baseball fanatic. This guy has a plethora of baseball knowledge, and that's, of course, Kyle Lawson. I got to thank John Henderson for letting us do this, and Adele Henderson for keeping us up to date on what's going on. All right, we got a kid coming back. I talked to Paul Mosley from Savannah Country Day a couple of weeks ago. He was my Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic of the week. He's giving back to the community. He's got so much going on, helping the youth out here in Savannah, Georgia. He's going to go to Lynn University in Florida. And, of course, we got Javante Middleton, Jenkins graduate, up at the Citadel doing the same thing with all his charity events and all his stuff he puts together. So we got some well-spoken young man. Well, Nolan Smith, out of the west side of Savannah, Georgia, 5-star athlete coming out of high school, plays up at Georgia. He was a 5-star recruit, started 2 years at Calvary, went to the IMG Academy, got recruited by Georgia. He chose Georgia, his home state. But you know what? He's coming back to Savannah, and he's giving back to the youth because of his story about what it took him to get to camps in Atlanta and Jacksonville. Nothing in Savannah, everything all over the state. How he'd get in the car with his mom, and he's driving 4 or 5 hours to go to these camps. Well, he's going to give it back at Daffin Park next week. Okay, it's called the Pups Day Out Camp. It's the first annual. He's got coaches coming in to help him. In the morning, you'll have the young kids. In the afternoon, we'll have the older kids. And Optim Orthopedics has jumped in on this too. Optim Orthopedics is sponsoring one football player from every high school to come to the afternoon camp. So that's pretty special. So he's got Optim Orthopedics behind him. But this kid is so special, okay? I mean, last year, 39 tackles, defensive end, war number 4. Always fun watching him play. And, I mean, we got a couple other guys up there from Georgia, from Savannah, Andrew Blasky. Hopefully he'll get his chance to start. We had Demetrius Robinson, who now is headed over to Auburn. We got William Brinson out there. I mean, just a whole bunch of 912 Savannah talent up there. McClendon from Brunswick. Okay, so it's pretty special. So I recorded my interview with Nolan yesterday. Here it is. Pups Day Out with the man himself, Savannah's own Nolan Smith, giving back to the community. Segment is recorded. Young man has obligations. I got things going on next week at his camp. I can't be there, so I wanted to make sure we get the announcement out there about this camp. Young guy up at Georgia. If you're watching Georgia football, look for number 4 because he's from the SAV. He's from 912. He's from the Seaport. He plays outside linebacker on Saturday afternoons. Could be Saturday nights. It could be Thursday nights. Who knows, whatever they do with their schedule. But he's from Savannah. Went to Calvary Day School. Then went to the IMG Academy. Recruited, chose Georgia. And he's right now going to tell us all about why he's doing this Pups Day Out Camp. And he's on the Coach's Corner hot seat. No other than Mr. Nolan Smith. Nolan, it's great talking to you. It's been a long time. I think we got to go back to an Adrian Peterson camp when is the last time you were the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, that was a long time ago, and I mean, I think about it every day, and I think that was between my 8th grade going in my 9th grade year. I mean, first time ever running a 40 out there, doing some of those shuttle drills that they were introducing to us. And I mean, it was really fun, but that was a long time ago.
I mean, the place was packed. We had a lot of the Georgia Southern alumni there, and you would get out there getting some tips. But you came on for your own reason because you're an up-and-coming star. You're going to play at Calvary Day School as a 9th grader. It was really special. So, I mean, tell us about why do a camp? What motivated you to host a camp? It's your first annual, but what motivated you to do this?
I mean, what really motivated me, Coach, as you know, we have plenty of talent in Savannah that's just not being seen. I mean, and it's a lot of guys that have to drive 4 and 5 hours to go to camps, and I just don't think that's right. I told them I can bring a camp to Savannah, and a lot of kids will show up, and we'll get better, and we can do this every year. And my ultimate goal is just to get the coaches, college coaches, to come down to the camps, like most of the rival camps and stuff. I mean, they all have the rival and the opening and stuff in Atlanta. Why we can't do one in Savannah? You know, and I mean, it's not even a close camp in Jacksonville. Me and my mom always had to drive to Atlanta, Georgia to go to a camp.
So, you know, I mean, I've coached high school football. Now I'm just doing the basketball. But, you know, I had one kid go to a Maryland camp, recruited to Maryland. I got another kid go to Georgia Tech camp, got recruited and went to Georgia Tech. Went to it was like a 247 camp, but it was back then, I forgot what it was called. You know, you're talking almost 15 years ago, but they got seen at the camp. And that's what's so special about this. I mean, you had to see a lot of coaches and a lot of recruiters out there when we went to these camps, right?
Yeah, I mean, the 247 MVP, the camp that you're talking about, I mean, it's one of the biggest, and they have a whole sports page, and they just skip over Savannah. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. And I came up there a lot of years, and they said, "You're from where?" Savannah, Georgia. And some people don't even know where we are. So I'm just trying to put us on the map. I mean, and I know we have talent. We got guys going D1 everywhere. Florida State, here with me at Georgia, Auburn, and all my friends around the area know about Savannah, and they say, "Oh, y'all play basketball." But I say, "No, we do a lot more than basketball." So that's what I'm trying to just bring kids out and just get the community into it. And like you said, the first annual, but I want this to happen for years on end. And like I said, the ultimate goal is to get the kids seen.
And if you're just tuning in or you're listening or you're watching, I'm talking to Nolan Smith. He's holding his first annual Nolan Smith's Pups Day Out camp at Daffin Park, where you grew up. What's so special about Daffin Park? Why do we got to do it at Daffin Park?
Man, that's a special place in my heart. And I told them, I mean, if we can't do Daffin Park, then I'll hold it off several weeks. And I just want to do Daffin Park. That's the place where I want to go, just because Daffin Park used to be the place to be on Saturdays, man. From the age of 6 to 12, those kids were out there on Daffin having a blast, having a great time. The coaches got the grills going and just taking care of the kids and giving back to the community. And the kids, you know, saying, "No, we don't have to go on the street and do these bad things because we got people, a system that care about us." I mean, 18 fields out there to tell the kids you can have fun all day, you can do what you want, and we're going to feed you. That is the most amazing thing in the world.
And now you got a turf field, Morris Field, that, you know, maybe you can bring some kids over there where your camp is going. If you go behind Morris Field, that's where the 18 football fields are set up. But now you're doing it right at Morris Field. Hey, you got a little upscale right there to do this first camp.
Yeah, man. I mean, I tried to make a lot of calls, and I said that's a turf field now. And, you know, I mean, when I was playing on Daffin Park, that was a beautiful grass field. I mean, that was one of the best fields ever. And when they play in the Daffin Park Stadium, it was like championship. If you grew up in the city and played city and football, you always wanted to play there, or Memorial Stadium. That was the things that you lived for. And I just wanted to bring that opportunity back, to come back to Daffin. And I'm always going to try to do my camp there if it's willing.
You know, tell the people in Savannah or whoever's watching what it means to play youth football here in Savannah, Georgia. I mean, you got the Whippers, you got the Stallions, you got the Stars, you got the Hurricanes, you got the Pooler Packers. You got the Tulahi Tigers. Tell them what's like about playing youth football here in the city of Savannah.
Listen, to play youth football there, it's just different, and it means a lot, especially as you can see we all have different teams. We all come from different spots, but we all come and we come together, and it's just a blast. And it's kids getting better at the sport that they love. And it's just a lot of organizations out there that even behind the scenes, most people don't know the team moms put the registration together. My mom was a team mom. That's why I know my mom spent nights having all the papers put together, all the birth certificates, all that thing. It's a system and a community behind the community, making sure the kids have drinks. I remember, the team mom will pick the mom to bring the drinks and the snacks for the game. And that's something kids look up to, getting the chips and the little Gatorade in your helmet and walking back and getting a hot dog. I can tell you, when I was 6, I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, when you're 6 years old, that blueberry Gatorade is the best Gatorade you can drink in your helmet after you just won your 6 and under game. And I just want kids to feel that excitement and that joy that I got from the game that I love now.
Now, I'm going way back. When I first started coaching, that's where I got my coaching career started. And I know they don't let you call it anymore, but it was called midget football because it was little kids, not midgets, but it's called, you're not allowed to call it, like you got to call it youth football now. But the kids would fight over the oranges at halftime.
Yeah, man. I mean, Pee-wee, we used to call it Pee-wee League, and it used to be amazing. And I mean, it used to have so much fun, especially those mornings when you had to make your weight and the guys put tape and coach got you running with the trash bag on. Most kids don't get tired. I remember I used to run a whole mile and stuff with a trash bag on, and just to go play a game, and I still be refreshed and energized. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just know that we have special kids down there that just need to be seen. And like you said, my ultimate goal is to get like those big camps that have recruits coming down and colleges coming down from everywhere. Man, that would be my ultimate goal.
You know what? And, I feel for you too, because I'm like you. I had to make weight, and they wouldn't let me carry the pigskin because I was too heavy.
Yeah. I mean, they do that for the kids' safety and stuff, and a lot of kids are bigger than others. But, I mean, those are one of the fun things about the guys that, can differentiate about 5 or 6 pounds.
Right. Yeah. All right. So this is, once again, Saturday, July 17th at Daffin Park. You're going to have 2 sessions. Just so the people know, Optim Orthopedics is backing you, and they've offered to give a free entrance to 1 athlete from every high school. That's pretty special when you got Optim Orthopedics behind you, Nolan.
Yeah, I mean, I tried. They reached out and they said they wanted to be a part, and I was really excited. Of course, have the whole community to back me and see that I'm serious, and that this is an annual camp. And then they talked about being, an annual sponsor, and I told them I would love for all the schools to come. This is not for the schools that are out here or out there. I said all the schools in the area, including Effingham and all those kids. We're a 912 community. I mean, Brunswick, one of my best friends plays right at Brunswick, Warren McClendon, and we're 912. And I mean, he got here. So only imagine if we can get the whole area, the whole South Coast together, what we can accomplish. That's what I'm just thinking about.
Well, you got Optim Orthopedics behind you. I mean, they reach out all over the 912 area, so that's pretty special in itself. All right, so let's get to the camp itself. How is it going to be structured? What do you plan on doing?
Yeah, so the structure of the camp, I'm having a kids camp in the early in the days, and that's just for the kids to come out and just learn a little bit about doing 5, 10, 5s and mat drills and agility drills, and just to get them warmed up into the stuff. And it's ultimately, the kids camp is supposed to be fun. And I want the kids camp to be fun, and I love for the kids to come out. And that's probably going to be my most funnest camp part of the day, just because, kids are always joy. Now, the high schoolers is where I'm trying to see, where our talent at in Savannah, where are we at? I'm getting my own personal D-line coach coming up from IMG, and I'm really going to think about working out with the D-line and, just doing things out there, because, you're never too old to learn. Really, and that's the whole point of this. And we always, as coaches say, spread knowledge around. As you know, as a coach, coaching clinics and stuff, you try to spread knowledge around. And I just want to spread the knowledge around about the 40 and 5, 10, 5 and what you can do here, and combine, you should do this. And usually my older camp is probably going to be a combine in the beginning, teaching kids 40s a little time and stuff, see who can really fly and move. 5, 10, 5, and then we're going to have a couple individual drills, break them up with the coaches, really teach them, the technique, because technique is everything. That's what you really need. And that's at any level, if your technique bad off start, I don't care, 5, 4, 3 star, it's just going to be a bad play.
Yeah, I mean, you can have all the power. You can't bull rush every play.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's especially not a 300-pounder.
No, you can't. All right, so if they want to come, it's a week from today, July 17th. It's $35. How can they get information, or how can they sign up? Where do they need to go?
Go to my Instagram page. We got plenty of flyers up, and the link is in my bio. Register online, and everything is right there for them.
All right, and if you want to go one step further, it'll be posted on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report or Facebook page, and it'll be posted on the Prep Sports Report Facebook page. Also, I will post an article on the prepsportsreport.com page where you can go, how you can get involved, and I'll make sure I get that up there as soon as I get done with this interview with my man Nolan. All right, so once again, there's nothing better than to give. I know everybody wants to get, but what you're doing here, buddy, is you're giving back to where your roots started. You're giving back to kids that need this training, that need to understand it. It's not just walk out there and say, I'm a good athlete and you're going to play. There's a lot of other things that go into it.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, as you know, when you go to those big camps and stuff, coaches want to see you run a 40. Coaches want to see you do the 5, 10, 5. I mean, the cone drill, the L drill. I mean, it's a lot of drills that, we want to put kids through that they should know and feel like, it'll be good for them to, open their eyes to and realize, this is some things that I'm going to have to go do at a camp. In the first part of the camp, I will have to do a combine and then an individual section.
And you're going to have a little speech about academics too, right?
Of course. I mean, you always got to throw the books in there. I mean, the book should be a thing that speaks for itself. If you don't take care of your books, you can't play on the field.
No books, no ball, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I could be there for it this year, but I'll be out of town. Once again, the following year, because I know you're going to make this an annual affair, I will definitely be there. I definitely will broadcast from there. It just came up so quick, and I already had plans. But once again, great job. Way to give back. And, we're from the 912. We're from the SAV. We're from the Seaport. We're all in this together, and you're doing a great job right there.
Thank you, Coach.
Nolan, good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll always be looking for number 4. I mean, what more do you want me to tell you about that kid? I mean, like I said, many years ago, I had this to be at least 6 years ago, 7 years ago. No, let's see. He's a junior in college, so that's 3 years. He was a 9th grader when he came on, so that's 4 years. 7 years ago, he was a Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We were at Calvary Day School doing a live remote, and Adrian Peterson had his football camp there, and there was all these Georgia Southern alumni. My son even did it, Russell DeMasi, and his wife, Kate, came out there, and it was a lot of fun talking to him about where he was going, what he was doing. 2 years at Calvary Day School, then transferred to the IMG Academy in Florida, and now he's coming back to give it back. The West Side Whippers, Savannah Stallions. I mean, you name it. There's so many different teams out there, and last year was pretty tough not being able to do it. So I'm excited it's back. So, all right, got to thank Nolan Smith. Remember, next Saturday, July 17th, Daffin Park. Go to the prepsportsreport.com website. There's a whole article. There's a registration. I also got it on Facebook, Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I also got it on the Prep Sports Report Facebook page. I'll be posting it out in Optim Orthopedics for, supporting a Nolan in this course. And once again, giving out a free spot to anybody in high school, that want to come and do it. 1 spot per team. I'm going to send it out to the public school coaches, and they've already reached out to the private schools. They reached out to the area schools, Brunswick, Effingham. They've been all out there, McIntosh, Liberty County. So they've been doing that too. So it should be a big day out there at Daffin Park. I'll have to miss it. Well, next up, I'm going to go 3 out the door. Stay tuned, because we're going to talk a little bit about breakfast here at Coaches every Saturday morning from 8 to 10:30, Monday through Friday from 7 to 10:30. Check it out. And tonight in the Sound Garden, we'll let you know who's playing. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank our sponsors.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner. And it's Saturday morning. It's breakfast at Coach's from 8 to 10:30 every Saturday morning. Hey, here we go. Rubbing and grubbing. Look what I got. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, move back before it drips on me. Some shrimp and grits. A little biscuit on the side. I mean, I'm ready to go. So it's breakfast every Saturday morning here at Coach's Corner. I'm doing the shrimp and grits this morning, so got to get the country ham next time I hear from my good friend Chad Griffin, because he told me the country ham is great to have. All right, 3 steps out the door. I usually, what I want to do is 3 videos out the door, but due to the fact that I had to make a lot of videos for this show, I didn't get a chance to do it. So I'm going to take 3 steps out the door. I'm going to talk about 3 things going on here in Savannah, Georgia. Once again, don't forget Savannah Bananas. 26-3. They already clinched the first half championship. They've won another 10 straight. It's unbelievable. A lot of good things happening over at historic Grayson Stadium. Jesse Cole, Emily Cole, Jared Orton, Barry Aldridge. I mean, you name it. These guys are doing a great job. Tyler Gillum, Nico Bico Silva. I mean, Scalia, okay, doing a great job on the internet broadcast. I mean, it's just phenomenal what's going over there at historic Grayson. The old stadium is kicking, it's rocking. They do a great job. So once again, step 1, bananas. Step 2, there's a lot of things to do tonight here in Savannah, Georgia, as far as sports go. You got the Savannah Spirit, the Women's Professional Soccer League, playing 2 games over at BC today. 4:30 is the Futures future soccer stars for the Spirit. And at 6:30, we have the first team playing. Okay, so check it out. Benedictine today. Then at 7 o'clock, go over to Memorial Stadium. You got the Savannah Clovers, the men's semi-professional soccer team, playing in the National Independent Soccer Association's Independent Cup. So it's like a big tournament, okay? So go check that out. So, and the last thing I got to say, it's July 10th. 15 days till we officially start high school sports. Without the COVID protocols, without the restrictions, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be back to normal, packed stadiums, okay? So July 26th, 16 days, okay? We'll kick off with football conditioning. Then on August 2nd, everything else kicks in. Volleyball, softball, cross country, you name it, we're going at it. So high school sports are back in full season. So once again, COVID-19 is behind us. But if you haven't got vaccinated, please do. Make the world a safer place to live in. I did mine way back in February. High school teacher. I wanted to be back in school with kids. So I went and got it done. So, you could do that too. Go get vaccinated. I mean, John Henderson with Tackle Health has a deal. Get a shot and get a shot right here, coaches. What a deal. Okay, so once again, let's get back to normalcy. Like I say, every weekend, whatever you may be doing today, tomorrow, Saturday, today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, always hit it in the park. Until I see you again next week, may it be your best week ever. God bless, be safe, get vaccinated, and once again, Soundgarden's open tonight. We got the Purple Haze coming in, Prince Tribute Band. Then we got the Savannah Piano Man, Joe Jerker, kicking it off. So come out, check out Coach's Corner. I'll talk to you next week. God bless. Thank the guest, Stuart Fife, Cam Turner, Nolan Smith, and of course, Brian Miller from Georgia Southern. Nolan Smith doing his camp for Georgia. I'm out of here. Got to eat my shrimp and grits.